Okay, so before we get things underway, we do have a microphone located right down in front for whatever questions you guys might have, so start thinking about your questions now. If you guys have never been to a Lloyd Kaufman panel before, he usually brings some friends with him. So I say first, let's bring out the one and only Lloyd Kaufman, everybody!
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Smoky Empire and Heather Cadet.
What's up?
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. You made a sad old man.
You're the sweetest. We love you,
Now
Uncle
the rest
Lloyd.
of the beautiful panel.
Yes, let's bring them out. Okay, so let's bring out some of your friends if you guys want to come out, and then we will introduce you guys. Come on out, come on out. Of course, we have Toxic. Come on out, come on out. Come on down. Why don't you introduce yourself? Explain Taylor Christine. This is Taylor
my name right today. I'm Taylor, hi.
And Taylor is amazing and wonderful and so thoughtful, and I just absolutely adore you. So thank you so much for being here as well.
God,
No,
thank
she
you.
really is.
Oh, I love you. Like every time I see your face on Instagram or at a convention, I just light up. So I appreciate you. Thank you for having us.
Oh my gosh. How's the weekend been so far for you
Well,
guys?
let me just say one thing.
Please do.
It occurred, I had sort of a Joycean epiphany on the airplane coming in from LA. I don't live there, but anytime I'm flying to Florida, I like to come from LA and stay up till 6 in the morning and all that kind of stuff. But it hit me that Troma's 52-year-old independent movie studio probably, well, it's the oldest in history, longest running, but it's also probably the only a company that's been run by fans from the very, very beginning. So we wouldn't be here without fans. And I wish somebody could write a book and talk to some of the fans. And that is why Toxic Eric and Taylor Christine are here. And actually, you know a hell of a lot of, we've been buddies for a long time. It's only because of Heather that I'm sitting in this chair. And for the first time in 52 years, Uncle Lloyd is in the celebrity room. I didn't even know if I should do that because, I should be with the people. But Petey was nice and let the fans, everybody in our booth. So come by and say hello. Toxie will be there. In fact, there's more than one Toxie here in this place. All right, sorry.
I was going to say, that has to be really surreal to be, at these conventions walking around and just seeing so many Toxies just kind of taking over.
Well, that's, again, only took 40 years. The problem is, here's a part of the problem. First Amendment, everybody squawks about it now, and we are all right. But the MPAA, Motion Picture Association of America, which was the American censor board, owned and operated by the oligopoly that runs the world of cinema in the United States. Toxic Avenger was truncated. 20 minutes were taken out of the Toxic Avenger when it played initially in the United States. Interesting factoid, is that, thank you, is that France cut out only 30 seconds and allowed 13-year-olds to see this satire, which is basically a cartoon. And Canada, which Trump is planning to annex, who now hate us. I was just up there, and luckily they didn't kill me. And I did a tour, and people love Toxic, I tell you. But they cut out 45 seconds, and my country cut out 20 minutes. And they did that to my brother's movie, Mother's Day. They did that to Class of Nukem. Every movie we ever made, until they killed off all the independents. So that's not, it was not just them, but the mainstream media didn't help either by, basically blacklisting us. So we must fight for First Amendments. Right now we've got an issue where we're not allowed to open our mouths. We have these little women who come around and clean your bathrooms when you stay at the hotel, and they get paid shit. And now they don't want to show up. I don't blame them, because they're worried they're going to have a guy with a hood over them taking them away. They get paid shit anyway. Why should they show up? So if you can't get into a service in a restaurant here, don't yell at the management. And if you can't get room service, like me, just wanted the wine. You know, it's due to Trump. I'm sorry, it's due to Trump, and people are scared. You know, I know young people today are scared about opening their mouths. We got kicked out of a convention in Philadelphia the day of the first. Sorry to talk so much, but I'm a narcissist. I'm head of the Narcissist Association of America. Where was I? Yeah, Philadelphia. We were going to go to the very first protest called Hands Off, and so we made a lot of noise about it. And then and we advertised that come to the fight Trump. And the guy who ran the convention, name of Adam, who is Jewish, and they're coming for us. He threw us out. He doesn't want to get involved in politics, right? We had the blacklisting period in the 50s. How many great directors, my Yale roommate's father, Vincent Sherman, who directed Joan Crawford, Joan Crawford, Joan Fontaine, everybody with the name Joan, among other major Hollywood super gyno actors. And he got blacklisted then from 50s to 70s. Never made another movie. We got problems. So keep fighting, keep fighting.
That's so true.
Toxic and Taylor were all on the very left side, I hope.
Well, I thank you for never censoring yourself and for...
Well, I do. I'm sorry. I'm married, so my wife is had 20 years as New York State Film Commissioner, and now after producing #Shakespeare Shitstorm, I don't know if you've seen that, but she got invited back to New York City to be the commissioner of all the media, dancing and ballet, theater, movies, poetry, and so #Shakespeare Shitstorm did not affect Mayor Adams in appointing my wife. Kind of cool.
There you go, yeah.
Mayor Adams, yay! And by the way, Mayor Adams is being persecuted by the big money in New York because he's a black man and he's charismatic. Every time we've had a black man with charisma in New York, they either get assassinated or they're torn off the pedestal unfairly. So now I'll shut up about being a bitter old man. I really apologize.
No, you're adorable. It's fine. And obviously you've been, like you mentioned, 52 years being independent, and you've been championing for other independent people, over the years as well. And obviously Troma has not only survived but thrived. And I want to know, what do you think it is about Troma in general that has made you thrive?
Well, again, it's our fans who have spread the word. And word of mouth, 20th century Rupert Murdoch could spend $200 million on advertising. And if there's no word of mouth, you get, what? So we have the word of mouth. So after how many years, Toxie's $50 million of your taxpayer money or whatever. Yeah, it probably is taxpayer money because they get huge incentives that we don't get. But nonetheless, it's a big-time Toxic movie, which is better than the original. Don't tell anyone, but it's terrific. It's really good. Don't tell Toxic. Oh, Toxic. He's angry. It's really good. Don't worry about it. I know initially there were fans who were upset, but it's totally different. And you'll see when you see it. It's really beautiful.
Well, speaking of our friend Toxie, how did you land on the initial tone of the Toxic Avenger, which is like part comedy, part superhero, part grindhouse, part horror?
Well, Taylor, why don't you take that one? You're a fan. Come on. Why do you like Toxie?
Why do I like Toxic? Because he's damn sexy. He gets all the pretty girls.
We have a hashtag, you mom. That's a special corporate hashtag. Nobody uses it. Sorry.
Oh, he's the underdog, and he will absolutely, anybody that's ever having a bad moment, a bad day, you turn that original film on, you get to know there is a tomorrow. You can get some payback. And yeah, he gets all the pretty girls.
Nice, Toxic. You can see all four. A lot of people don't know this. The best Troma Toxic Avenger is the fourth one. It's the most interesting, and it deals with abortion. Which one of the reasons probably why they chopped up the film. But it's uncut on Troma Now, and it's my favorite. And I think a lot of fans are discovering it, so you might check it out. Also, Troma Now, the streaming service, you might have fun with that. It's free the first month, and then only. Where are you going? That man's leaving. Kill him. Kill that man. He's going to Danny Elfman. I don't blame him. Anyway, Troma Now is very good. For the price of one Blu-ray, you can get a year of 1,000 movies. Not just Troma, but some really top quality movies like Frankenhooker and a lot of classics. Maniac Cop, and there's a ton of discoveries there. Very good.
Troma Now, we also rotate movies pretty much every month or every other month. So you get a lot of Troma movies, all the Troma movies, but you also get a lot of other indie films you cannot find anywhere else. So it's all about support and keeping the indie film, going.
Also, if you're low on funds, the first month is free. And then if you make up another email.
Keep rotating, it does become free.
Interesting.
I've done it successfully now for quite a while. But Troma Now is really the only thing we have, Heather, right now that it's probably the only streaming service that's profitable, but it's only a little bit, but it's growing slowly. It's been around for 15 years. So if you feel like something different, it would definitely support us, because it's the only thing we've got going now. Quite frankly, we're pretty much, how do you call it, untouchables as far as making deals with any, foreign license. It's all gone.
Imagine that, Troma.
We used to have.
What?
So it's all Troma Now is our only hope. So, and we keep making movies. Hashtag Shakespeare Shitstone, terrific. What's Brandon's movie? Anyway, Brandon Bassam, who wrote a few movies, has directed 2 on Troma Now. All sorts of good stuff. The South Park guys. You'll see stars: Kevin Costner, Vincent D'Onofrio, all these people who are in our movies. You can see their early work, and Brian De Palma's first film, Robert De Niro's first film, all sorts of interesting. Not to mention some of those Hollywood movies that are independent, but we bought libraries instead of taking, buying drugs. Or I got most of that out at Yale. That's about all I learned at Yale, and I discovered Marvel Comics in 1964. So I found Stan Lee, and we became friends for 50 years. And obviously, the Marvel Universe is a major influence on the Troma Universe, except the Marvel Universe is a little more mainstream. And Stan Lee always told me, why do you have to be so, don't be political, that's not a good idea. And he's right, but he was a wonderful man, and very trusting, and he got taken advantage of a lot. And his wife made a great martini, very nice martini. And she wrote a very good, I read one of her novels, terrific. And unfortunately, I don't know, something happened to Stan at the end, and nobody knows, and I was very, very close, and I could never get in to see him, or, I tried to go, when I heard he was an extremist, I tried to go out there and hold his hand or something, and they would, no, Stan sends his best. So I don't know if he was kidnapped, I don't know what happened. I know he has been victimized by at least one major crook, someone who was a collector of funds, so you could inflate a political PAC kind of thing for Hillary Clinton. And he ended up signing Stan's name. They had a company, they were partners, and he totally screwed over Stan. It was a nightmare. But he's had more than one of those things. Because people, he's unbelievably trusting, no question about it. I know he's up there thanking you all for turning out today, and thank you all for turning out today.
Toxic agrees. So I know you've always championed for using practical effects. I want to know, do you have a favorite practical effect that you've used, or favorite like blood or gore or guts, anything like that?
The Troma fans seem to be more interested in the practical effects. But I guess the most impressive practical effect was we in Toxie's first movie, we were the first to run over a 13-year-old boy's head with the wheel of an automobile. And thank you for applauding. That's very nice. And now everybody's doing it. Spielberg's putting one in his next film. It's unbelievable. Yeah, family picture too. But they won't make any cuts on that. Hey, the thing. You all know that, a masterpiece, right? That's serious violence, blood and guts, and that came out in '82. No problem. And it is a masterpiece, but it's also under the wing of studios. And Toxic 2 years later which is a cartoon about the environment and a mop, and this beautiful creature, superhuman size and strength, and it's obliterated, and my brother, Mother's Day, which is a masterpiece, totally, and it's a movie, When Nature Calls, which is ridiculous, and they chopped out, we had a takeoff, a satire of De Niro's boxing movie, Raging Bull. It was called Raging Bullshit, and it was we had an actor who looked like De Niro, and there was a scene in the kitchen, and every other word De Niro was saying "fuck, fuck, fuck," but it was beep, 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 and they cut it out because you know why MPAA cut it out? Because the audience knows what the beeps are there for. You see. This is the spirit of the blacklisting, spirit of Trump, and what are you going to do? But luckily, talent were out, and many of you are making movies on YouTube and getting many fans, and getting to the point where some of the mainstream are bringing you in probably, and they will definitely screw you. Every time we've had 3 opportunities to sign contracts with the mainstream. Every time we've broken through the hymen of the mainstream, Troma's the one who got fucked. So take that, be careful. Don't give your movies away unless you get some money up front, or sell them yourself, like we're doing. So,
Right,
go for it.
You've always been a proponent, for people to make their own damn movie. I'm just curious, was there any advice that if you could go back and give, baby Lloyd some advice when you were starting out that you would give to people now?
Advice to baby Lloyd.
Here we go, I apologize.
The advice I would give is that Voltaire, who wrote Candide, Candide is a French satire from the 18th century, early. And the premise is that Candide, it's a satire. It goes around the world and samples different things, and even cannibals in Africa. Well, I know we shouldn't say that, but it's the 18th century. And the solution is cultiver son jardin. Cultivate your own garden is where you find it. And I think that would be the advice I give, because how many graduations and weddings and children's performances did I miss? Because all I cared about is going out and hunting and gathering and killing those mammoth elephants and, caveman. So I think that's not a bad idea. I would give maybe that advice to baby Lloyd and to anybody. But, my kids, they're in jail for a short time, but I think they'll be all right. No, they're great. My wife did a great job, no joke. Best that I wasn't there that much. The best thing is that my wife is a debutante. She's great, and she loves the fans. When she's commissioner, she's just as nice to the guy making a movie about his hamster as she is to De Niro's project that she's helping. He's building a studio near our little studio, and she's great with everybody. And I can't remember why I started that. But
I can end that. I agree. I love Pat. She's absolutely just amazing.
There was a point I was making.
I have no idea what that was.
We made it. And
Don't take acid in the '60s.
So if it's okay with you guys, and if it's okay with Toxie, we're going to take some questions from y'all. So whatever questions you guys might have, clearly nothing is off limits here today. So
Thank you.
let's,
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Lloyd.
Never is.
Anything you guys got? Anything? Let's get weird. Let's get crazy. If not, we'll just keep asking. Yeah, do you want to go to the mic just so we can hear you a little
Thank
bit?
you, thank you. Yeah, the mic is right there too.
What's your name?
Matt.
Hey, Matt.
One of the things I'm hearing is a lot of studios have kind of killed themselves by going to streaming. They got rid of selling DVDs. They got rid of selling Blu-rays. They got rid of people going to the movies because everybody expects streaming now. So you were talking about how you're doing and you're making a profit doing that and stuff. But how do you see yourself really surviving when now you're really having to compete on hand selling stuff that now the theaters, or not the theaters, but the big movie theaters are coming down to your level saying, we can't do it like that anymore because these big budgets aren't making money at the theaters anymore. And we're not selling the DVDs because everybody wants streaming.
Well, the theater industry is a cartel. There's only 2 theater chains in the United States of any consequence, and they certainly wouldn't stoop to play us. Even the wonderful, I know you all love what's that thing that just went bankrupt? It's a Texas company. What is it? Alamo, yeah, Alamo Draft House. Same thing. They don't want us. So we make our movies for the theaters, and I travel around the country. If I direct a movie, we can get into maybe 200 theaters around the country. Except in New York and LA, we get 2 weeks because the fans are there. And the rest of the country, it's like a weekend or a midnight show. And I don't know if any of you have seen the greatest American play ever, Death of a Salesman. But I'm Willie Loman. Look it up. I run around with a body bag full of merch. Go to Cincinnati, go to Dayton, go to there, go to there. And that's the best I can do. And New York, we get 2 weeks. In LA, we get to 2 weeks, but we have to advertise, and it's sort of a loss leader. But other Troma movies, it's very hard to get anything different into the theaters.
Speaking of merch, like you just
I
mentioned.
mean, we've been blacklisted forever, so it wasn't so difficult for us to. In fact, we went into DVDs before before the machines were even in people's homes. That's how we love DVD. And so we had 2 years of kind of open space. And then Blu-ray we got in early. We've been early adapters thanks to young people like you who run the company. And we were forced. My daughter, one of my daughters, about 15 years ago, she was apprenticing, or what do you call it, interning at a company called VIX, I think it was, a very small, and she said, why don't you do a platform, hire them? And we did, and they gave us a good, it didn't cost too much. And then that's what led to Troma Now. My partner was open enough to agree, let's try the streaming thing. And if we didn't, I think we would be out of business.
Go ahead, what's your name?
Uncle Lloyd.
Hey.
I'm Joe. I have a
Hi, Joe.
question
Hi,
for you.
Joe.
My friend Jimmy made a masterpiece, talking about masterpieces, Curse of the Weredeer. When will that be on
Oh,
Troma?
that's Ben
Love that.
Johnson.
That's Ben
Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson, Jimmy Adamson, yeah.
Oh, Jimmy wrote it. Yeah, Jimmy Adams, right there. He was on hashtag Shakespeare Shitstorm. Great guy.
Yes.
Very talented.
Wonderful camping scene in that movie, too.
It's an anti-hunting movie, by the way, folks. In case any of you are hunters, you may not like this.
So, two-part question is, when will that be on Troma Now? And how do you decide when movies like that come across your desk that, yes, we're going to make this a Troma?
Well, we produced that. What are you talking about? How did I decide? I was stupid enough to think the guy had talent. He worked for us for quite a while, and he was on 2 or 3 of our movies. And Ben Johnson and Jimmy and a couple of other people he met on Shakespeare Shitstorm went off and made Curse of the Weredeer. And it's terrific. The Museum of Moving Image just presented it in New York City. Troma, intellectual trauma. It's anti-hunting, that's the main thing.
That's an interesting way
I mean, it's
to
a wonderful
describe that
film.
movie.
But it's got, all our movies are trying to at least put a little of our politics, which is not smart. No, you're
As you should, anyway.
Yes, sir.
My name is Arturo. I was born and raised in New Jersey.
Hi, Arturo from New Jersey.
Oh, yeah.
Where in New Jersey?
Union City.
Oh, that's very trendy.
Yeah, we're over there. We're
Very,
over there.
very bougie.
Oh, yeah, well, not really.
That's great. Here's one right there.
Your speech,
Bougie.
your speech in Terra Firma is one of the most motivating things I've heard in cinema.
Excuse me, could you elaborate? The gentleman said my speech in Terra Firma is what? The most inspiring thing you've ever heard?
One of the most.
Better than Thomas Jefferson? No. Go on, I interrupted you. That was great.
Do you usually motivate your crew, or do you even have to?
Well, I don't think the crew is overly motivated, and we're editing the result of that, where I lost control. You will see what it was supposed to be a film noir. I don't know what those words mean, but and the Troma team they did what they want. You'll see it.
Yeah.
It's the most ridiculous combination, but I think you're going to like it. It's very, very. It's sort of based on, inspired by Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment. So kind of slapstick,
Nice.
very slapstick.
Nice. Thank you.
Thank you, Arturo.
I'm Jay.
Hey,
I'm
Jay.
Lloyd. Are there any plans to make a Toxic Avenger Part 5, and do you plan to ever use any of the Toxic Crusaders characters in a live-action version of them?
Well, answer to the first question, Taylor, right? The people that are making the new Toxie, I think they required us to stop at least temporarily.
Yes.
So that's why I'm no longer on the needle. So, no more drugs. And then the other question was about Toxic Crusaders. Hey, there's a video game coming out from Retroware, beat 'em up game, Toxic Crusaders, and it's just finished. And not only do Toxie and No Zone and all your friends from the cartoons, but Kabuki Man fights, Toxie's mother fights, Sarah fights, I fight. So it's a very good game. They've been bringing it around to gaming conventions and letting people play with the consoles. They won't let me do it, so I go off and play with myself.
I'll never be in his booth if he
My
does.
grandfather was in vaudeville. That was the joke he used. No, that's not true. That is not true, Taylor.
It
You
is
know
not.
that's
It is
true.
not. It is-
Taylor told me that joke.
I did. Oh, what? Maybe I did. I don't know.
Sorry, I know we're running out of time.
We got 10
Please.
minutes left. We're good. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Monica, and first off, I say on behalf of myself and hopefully everyone here, we greatly appreciate having the honor of having you come here in good old swampy Florida.
Thank you, Monica.
I actually wanted to ask, upon growing up from there, what were some of the muses and inspirations, that inspired you, kind of just leading up to the precipice of, building the career, becoming?
Well, I've written 7 books. The first book that I wrote was written by James Gunn, and it's sort of a memoir.
Laughter from the audience. Cute.
And it's great. It's funny as fuck, and you'll enjoy it. And it talks all about I went to Yale, and I went to be a social worker or a teacher. My roommate was a movie nut, and he ran the Yale Film Society, and blah blah blah. And my life was ruined. So I was going to work with people with hooks for hands, how to finger paint, that kind of stuff, and teach bums to paint happy faces on beads. But by the time I got out of Yale, and I spent a year in the bush of Chad, I decided I didn't want to teach them, but I wanted to film the people with finger painting and the beads, the happy faces on beads. So, and there was a movie by Ernst Lubitsch, who has a 30s great masterpiece called To Be or Not to Be, starring Jack Benny, and I saw that, and that pushed me over the line. It's the perfect film, at least for me, who was born in 1945. So, but I was heavily influenced by Howard Hawks, John Ford, Samuel Fuller, Jean Renoir, Rossellini, and I gorged on that stuff. But Stan Brakhage, anybody know his name? Greatest, you ought to see his stuff. Greatest visual artist of my lifetime. He was kind of up in the mountains, but beautiful, beautiful, experimental. All that's influence on me and Michael Hurst.
Wonderful, thank you so much.
Thank you, Monica. Good questions. Thank you.
Hey.
Read some of my books. Go. One just came out. 50 years of interviews that I've done mainly about politics. I think.
It's an entertaining book. I will tell you if you want to get it. It's entertaining. Yeah.
Do you have any of the books?
No, he did. He
We had them here, but they're sold out because they're so heavy. We couldn't bring too many.
Matt as well. So you just mentioned the remake that's coming out this year. Did the director make
Excuse me, a reimagining.
Reimagining, I'm sorry. So did Macon Blair, like, did he ever come, like, talk to you or ask any advice or anything you can share?
Oh yeah, constantly. But I did give him notes, which he very intelligently ignored. And the film, honestly, the film is terrific. He's a real person. He lives in Austin with a family. He doesn't, do any of that stuff the Oscar presenters do. He's a real person, and it's a wonderful, wonderful. Check out Macon Blair's movies before he made. Everyone is in Troma in Sundance. And we also have Troma Dance Film Festival, 28th. You can look that up too if you're a filmmaker. 28th year. It's all free, and you don't have to pay to submit. You can see the movies for free, and this year it's going to be somewhere in New York City. We haven't decided yet, but you can go on the Troma website, or they have I think a way to submit if you're interested. If not, Heather knows. Heather's got all my digits.
So I ask you.
There really should be. There's a link if you go to Troma Entertainment now and everything. There's a link.
Well, I'm
If you
very
wanna submit
excited
your
for it,
film.
so thank you.
Thank you. James Gunn's wife made a movie.
Oh, I did not.
Lolly Love.
Lolly Love, yeah,
That was
that's right.
featured at Troma Dance
Yeah, that's
years
right. I
ago.
forgot
Jenna
about that.
Fisher,
Yeah.
many years ago.
Oh yeah,
And,
that's it. Yeah, it was a good one.
she's great.
Yeah.
It's a very funny film too, Lolly Love.
It was.
James and she wrote it.
It was a good film.
I play a priest, so
Yes, he's always going to have. Lloyd will always have a cameo or something in one of James Gunn's films, so you always got to look for
I
him.
hope so. Although, wait a minute, James refused to put me in Guardians
And
2.
Guardians too. Yeah, sorry, I did.
Guardians
I
2.
did forget that.
Because he said I was killed off in the first one.
Yes. I forgot that.
Really
One
quick,
line.
Oh, yes.
before we get to the question, we do have, if it's okay, we got Petey from Spooky Empire. Make some noise.
Presentation.
Hi, Petey.
Who has the magical, Taylor, make the presentation.
Hey guys, thanks for coming out.
Toxic Avenger for Petey, everybody.
Hey!
Show the audience.
Oh, thank you very much, guys.
Petey has been given an
Oh,
official
diploma.
He is
Thank you so
official.
I hand-lettered it myself.
Thank you so much.
And thank you, Barbara, as you can see, for the free drinks I've had. And, you can see my pen.
We always appreciate Spooky and Petey and Gina.
Sure, thank you for coming
back
here.
every year.
Everybody
Every year
can take
we
a
offend
photo
people.
of this Petey with the... Hannah was going to do it, but where is Hannah? You here?
Hannah's
Get
in
a
the
shot
wings.
with the Doug Sackman thing here too, please.
Yes.
Doug was my Troma son, and he died recently at 44.
If you had not had the pleasure of meeting Doug, he was absolutely the most.
Thank you guys.
Amazing.
Hey, thank you. I hope you guys have a great weekend and enjoy.
Thank you, Petey.
Congratulations to Petey. What a production to put this on. Woo! Unbelievable.
Yeah, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Petey. So thank you again, Petey.
Thank you, Petey. Thank you for making that.
Oh yeah, of course. And we have time for one final question. What's your name?
My name is Gina, and I just wanted to know, out of all the people who have gotten their boost in their career from Troma, who do you consider the biggest person to come out of?
I can't answer it. Well, I can't answer that, but I think I don't think it's fair to say. I hate to judge anything, but certainly, Stan Lee is in about 8 of our movies. Lemmy is in about 10 of them. I mean, they're wonderful people. I didn't discover them, obviously.
I just wanted to thank you for letting me have the creative mind I have from watching the first movie I ever saw from Troma and
What film was it?
What film?
Toxic Avenger.
Oh.
No, it hasn't even
Now she's debating. She's not sure which one was first.
By the way,
She's traumatized for sure.
do you make, what's that, traumatized?
Yeah.
Oh, you're traumatized.
I said she's traumatized. She can't remember which one is first.
Yeah.
Well, do you make your own damn movies, like my book?
No,
No,
I'd rather watch them.
that's good. We can critique them, maybe. Critique the trauma movies.
But thank you.
Thank you so much. That was very sweet. Look at that. Big round of applause.
So, before we do wrap it up and send you back to your booth, is there any thoughts you want to leave us with here this spooky weekend?
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's gonna go for it.
Anything you want to say?
What thoughts do you have to leave everybody with?
I've been interviewed a lot about this new Toxic Avenger, which is terrific. But every one I've done, I'm trying to tell. I spend most of the time talking about the fact that our rights are being taken away. The First Amendment. It's not the first time in this country. We've had this same kind of stuff went on. Even Theodore Roosevelt put hoods over people's heads and kicked them out and send Russian immigrants back to Russia. That would be fun, right? You come here for freedom and you end up going back to Stalin, and Stalin knowing that you've been here. So we've had this evil before. And Theodore Roosevelt was a great imperialist, and he helped exterminate the Hawaiians and all that. I know, he's great. And he built the Museum of Natural History. But I'm not a big fan of aristocratic Americans. At any rate, then FDR gave us a few crumbs of Social Security. We should have $50 minimum federal wage. There should be guaranteed income. There should be retributions to the Indians and the black people who were slaves and miraculously managed to rise up. I've read a lot of history, and it's so brave when they were. They didn't even know they were free. Some of them, the white people wouldn't tell them they're free, and that's why Juneteenth was because the people, the former slaves in Texas, what, we're free, yay! And I think they didn't know for 2 or 3 weeks that they could go out and they immediately bought their own land. Somehow managed to buy land cooperatively and set up their own park, which for years was a major, in Galveston, Texas, at any rate. So I think we need to really fight for life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Pursuit, they didn't know how to write S's. They wrote, Jefferson made F instead of S, so he couldn't spell. Pursuit of happiness.
Toxie, do you concur? Perfect. Well,
big hand for Toxie, everybody.
Everybody, thank you so much for
Thank you, Taylor and Heather. Kid Cadet, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
She sings, she commentates, she interviews, oh my gosh, everything Heather can do, I'm in awe.
Where's our booth? Where's our booth?
Our booth is in the autograph room. If you go in the front door of it, it'll be directly to the left. You've got, I think, Joe Bob, thank you, right? It's been a long time. Mercy, and then we're right next door.
Well, make sure to go visit him, ask whatever questions
you guys so
have.
much.
Get stuff signed. It's
Thank you, Spooky World. Thank you, Troma fans. I can't believe it. Wonderful. You guys, no kidding. I only wish my wife was here to see all this. She would,
I would have enjoyed.
Usually she shows up when there are 2 people. Then she's,
Why did you go there? You shouldn't have gone there. Date no idols, no good.
but she loves Orlando. She can't come, commissioner.